So Zach Wilson went out here against New England Patriots. He threw 3 bad interceptions, and a lot of people already called him a bust. They're saying he's no good. He's holding the team back. I'm here to tell you what's really going on with Zach Wilson, the upside and the downside of Zach Wilson and the New York Jets. What's up, YouTube? It's All for Sports Talk, the home of sports talk. Hit the subscribe button if you're new. Also, the like button. Zach Wilson. This is a guy that a lot of people hyped up coming out of college. I'm actually a huge fan of Zach Wilson. A lot of people say I'm not. I'm a huge fan of him. I think he has huge upside. I made a video when he was coming out of college. I said he's extremely overrated because guys like Chris Sims and Tony Romo was saying he's the next best kid. He has Patrick Mahomes-like ability. You have to be very careful when you compare a guy, especially coming out of college, to a guy like Patrick Mahomes. We're seeing the same thing with Trevor Lawrence right now. These kids are struggling. Zach Wilson hasn't played horrible this season, but he hasn't played great either. A lot of people say the team would be further along with a guy like Joe Flacco. I can argue that point. Zach Wilson's more mobile. He has the more intangibles to get the team more juice right now than Joe Flacco. But I know what those people are saying. Joe Flacco's a veteran, has a huge arm. Zach Wilson isn't developing at the rate a lot of people want him to. You have to be patient. But when I look at Zach Wilson, he is not getting better from last year to this year. Which is not a horrible thing. He threw the 3 bad interceptions against the New England Patriots, but he had the very good fourth quarter against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I get it. You can't play good in quarters. You have to play good for an entire game. But he looked really good against the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. Granted, it is the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. They played him tough. But right now, we're seeing something with Zach Wilson. The offensive line is horrendous. He has no run game anymore. With Breece Hall being out, they have no run game. I like Michael Carter. I like James Robinson. But when you look at Breece Hall, he added a variable to this offense, that speed, the versatility, the ability to catch the ball, the explosiveness. He was the best rookie running back in this class. Him and Kenneth Walker, both of those guys. 1A, 1B. And you lose that. Now you still have Garrett Wilson, you still have Corey Davis, you still have CJ Uzomah. But Elijah Vera Tucker being out, Mekhi Becton missing the entire season again, dealing with another knee injury, this kid's going to struggle. Now, I'm not here to say all the excuses for Zach Wilson, because those are all the excuses you're going to get out of me. I told you, and I told people, my subscribers, to go back and watch that video. I told you what this kid was coming out of college. High upside, a lot of turnovers, because he makes those high marketed plays. He doesn't believe in throwing the football away. He just does it. He believes in dying to the very last play, which is fine and good when you're getting those good explosive plays. Like he had that explosive touchdown against Tennessee Titans last year when they got the win against Tennessee Titans. He had the amazing crossbody throw, but a lot of those crossbody throws are intercepted. A lot of those crossbody throws get you to run into sacks. He is running for his life behind this offensive line, don't get me wrong. But right now he is playing on the same level as Sam Darnold was with the New York Jets. The only thing is Zach Wilson is throwing for more touchdowns than Sam Darnold at this point right here. And he's showing more upside than Sam Darnold. But when the bads are really bad right now because we don't have any goods to go off of, it's going to be a struggle for him for the rest of the season. The New York Jets defense is legit. Robert Saleh is a legit defensive play caller. Ahmad Sauce Gardner, all those guys look really good. And it's putting an heinous on Zach Wilson because people are saying, wait a minute, we have rookies in Breece Hall that look really good. We have Ahmad Sauce Gardner that looks really good. He plays the corner position. Get on him in just a second. We have all these rookies. All these guys are looking really good. What's going on with Zach? Zach isn't looking good. Garrett Wilson, he's getting open. Elijah Moore wants to leave because Zach Wilson is giving him the football. What's going on? For one, a lot of people like to say Zach Wilson plays a hard position in football, and that is the quarterback position, and it is. But Ahmad Sauce Gardner from the ACC to the NFL is one of the hardest transitions in all of football. It's that cornerback position. You go from guarding these kids in college that aren't as elite to him guarding guys that are elite. Ahmad Sauce Gardner is one of the best corners in football right now. And when a lot of people say young players, some young players develop faster than others. We see Trevor Lawrence struggling right now. We see Zach Wilson struggling right now. We see Justin Fields, who he has to deal with, but he's really good right now. Give Zach Wilson more time. I get it. Those 2 interceptions to Devin McCourty were horrible. They were horrendous. He should have threw the first one away, and the second one's like, what are you doing? But Zach Wilson, you have to be patient with him. That's why I made that video last week. You got to be patient with this kid. I'm not 100% sold on him, but you draft him in the first round, you got to stick with him. I know New York Jet fans, they're upset. They're like, man, this is the best team we've had in quite some time. We're off to a hot start, and it's back to the dog days. But that defense is legit. When you give him a run game, we see what he can be. Right now, he is check down Charlie. Right now, he is game manager, and that is fine. That's okay. That is cool. But be patient with this kid. Please do not shake his confidence. I know that he is playing bad right now, but there is glimpses of hope in there. To where we see he's throwing a touchdown here. He's running out of the sacks. My main problem with Zach Wilson is when he run out of sacks, throw the freaking football away, son. Please. Because one thing with me, I don't want to see any player get hurt. From a guy that has seen freak football injuries in person to being a former beat reporter for the Texas Tech Raiders, when you see young quarterbacks do stuff like that, it makes me wince because I'm like, okay, a defender's going to come out of nowhere and knock the crap out of him, and I hope it never happens. But he has to learn when to live another day. Just like he suffered an injury in the preseason, you have to learn when to slide, when to throw the football away. It's okay to live to see another play. Do not give the team short field advantage. I know your defense is awesome, but they can only do so much. Do not give these people chance after chance after chance. It's okay to say, you know what, this drive isn't working, I'm going to throw the football away. You know what, he's in double coverage right now. I don't really trust the guy. I'm going to throw the football away instead of putting your receivers at harm's way. Elijah Moore, this is a conversation on his team from a guy that has spent time with college wide receivers. I know it's not NFL, but I spent some time with college wide receivers. They get pissed off when you're throwing to them and they're not open. More when you throw it to them and they're not open. Elijah Moore is wide open. I counted more than 7 times. Elijah Moore was open. Zach Wilson didn't see him. He has a progression issue. That is where this is coming from. And Joe Flacco saw Elijah Moore more than what Zach Wilson is seeing him. I know ESPN put the stat up there. He's the most targeted wide receiver. No. That was with Joe Flacco. It's not with Zach Wilson. Now, we saw it last year with Zach Wilson, but this year it's not clicking. Garrett Wilson has become the guy that he stares down the most. Him and Corey Davis. And they have to get more innovative with how they use Elijah Moore by giving him the football. But right now, things are not looking good for Zach Wilson and the New York Jets. I think you have to be patient with him, but you can start to see the glimpses of when guys look really good. We see it with Daniel Jones. He struggled until Brian Dable got there with a healthy Saquon Barkley. But we saw just a small glimpse of Zach Wilson with a healthy Breece Hall. But the situation has to almost be perfect. He hasn't had one of the top elite offensive lines in the NFL. He hasn't had a top 15 offensive line in the NFL. And this is me, a guy that isn't that high on Zach Wilson as others are. I still like him as a talent, but I'm making the excuse for him because it's true. Him having to run himself out of sacks is very concerning because that is when the bad plays happen. The bad plays, they don't happen when he's in the pocket. It happens when he's rushing around. And what was a major thing Scout said? When he's great when he's on the run, he is terrible when he's on the run. That's when the interception started to happen. So, for me, how I would treat him moving forward is to not have him throw the football more than 40 times a game. You just can't. He's too reckless. It's too many things that can go wrong. So let me know in the comment section below. How do you feel about Zach Wilson? Obviously, right now, he is the weakest link on the team. It's their quarterback. Their defense is legit. They have a Ahmad Sauce Gardner. Quinn Williams is really good. You have good safeties, good linebackers. I still have a lot of faith in them trying to turn this thing around with Zach Wilson, but he has to learn when to throw the football away. Read, get off of 1 to 2 faster. And my thing is this as well. I'm seeing Justin Fields do this. He doesn't lock onto receivers anymore. Kenny Pickett for the Pittsburgh Steelers, even though his numbers don't say it, he's not locking onto wide receivers. He has to get off his 1 and his 2 very quick and give Elijah Moore the football. This is a guy that already requested a trade. Use him more in jet sweep packages. Get the ball out of Zach Wilson's hands fast. Do some predetermined reads because right now it's not working. Because this kid, eventually, if you keep letting him throw the ball for more than 40 times a game, a lot of turnovers are going to happen. He's just not ready to take on that full responsibility, and it's okay. He's in year 2. But right now, a lot of the things that I had concerns about are happening. The reckless plays. And also, when he's not getting pressured, he sees ghosts and he steps outside the pocket and runs himself into sacks anyway. It was the bad play against the Denver Broncos. This kid just jolted backwards just to throw the football away when you could have did that 5 to 10 seconds later. The thing is, 5 to 10 seconds earlier, excuse me. The thing is with that, it saves time in the pocket, and it also helps your offensive line not have to get holding calls. A lot of little nuances like that is what Zach Wilson does. So let me know in the comment section how you feel about Zach Wilson, how you feel about the New York Jets. I still think their defense is legit. Like I said, they got to get the run game back together. They have nice receivers on this team. I really like Corey Davis. I love me some Garrett Wilson. That's just me. He's one of my personal favorite guys. You know, it's one of my Ohio State boys. I love him. And I also like Elijah Moore as well. I do think this. You don't want a disgruntled guy in the locker room. So you may have to trade him anyway. I know that they said they didn't trade Denzel Mims. This is a different situation. This is a kid that can go out there on the field. He can ball. Denzel Mims, scroll to get on the field. This kid is legit. So let me know in the comment section how you feel about what they should do with Elijah Moore. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, hit the like button. Most importantly, want each and every last one, guys, stay safe, stay positive. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Peace.